A lot of times, I find single people praying to get out of their single season too fast. There's nothing wrong with being single. In fact, being single is a gift. It's going to be one of the best seasons of your life. So if you know, how many single people do I have in the house this evening? Let me see your hands. Fantastic. If you know that you are in the single season of your life, don't try to rush out of it. Enjoy being single for as long as you get the opportunity to be single. Listen, when you are single, for instance, let me give you an example. You see, Apostle Paul said something. He said, when you are single, the beautiful thing about being single is that you can spend time just loving on the Lord and nobody else. When you are a married person, one of the things that you will find that will happen is that your time, your attention, your energy, your finances will be divided into two. Ask any married person you know. It will be divided into two. So that time that you're rushing to be married, when you do get married, because you didn't spend time enjoying your single season, you're probably going to feel stressed out because you got married too soon. Imagine as a single person, you're coming back from work. Now, you live in this city, and I know there's no traffic in Abuja. But if you live in Lagos like me, you wake up at 4:30 in the morning to get to work. And you will be frustrated on the journey because there will be traffic at 6:30. You will probably take you like 3 hours to get to the office. And then you get to the office because everybody's frustrated by traffic. Your boss will frustrate you even further. And then you guys finish all of that, and maybe you close, maybe about say 8, 9, and then you try to get home. You enter another traffic. You eventually get home. If you are single and you are tired, when you get home, if there's nothing to eat, guess what you will do? You will sleep. You're gonna sleep. Because there's nobody that is disturbing your life. So you come home, you crash. You can't even buy gala on the road. Or last, you do Indomie. You eat it and you crash. What if you are married? As you're walking into the door, maybe you and your husband are coming together. You enter. He will go and sit down and say, honey, what are we eating? And you're wondering, this traffic that we all came from, didn't you eat that traffic? But you're going to be expected to do something. Even if you don't love your husband, your children are going to cry, Mommy, we're hungry. That's stress. When you were single, you could finish after this and still go home and pray for 4 hours in tongues. Nobody's going to bother you. Study the word, fellowship, sing, do anything you like. But if you're married and the man of God is in the mood, prayer is going to suspend. Nobody's telling you these things. But it will significantly divide your time, your energy, your resources. So when you are single, enjoy the season of being single. Being single is a gift. You find that in 1 Corinthians 7:32. Well, let me try and see if I can read it. I'm reading the Message translation. He says, this is Apostle Paul speaking. He says, I want you to live as free of complications as possible. He says, when you are married, when you're single, you are free to concentrate on simply pleasing the master. Marriage involves you in all the nuts and bolts of domestic life and in wanting to please your spouse, leading to so many demands on your attention. The time and energy that married people spend on caring for and nurturing each other, the unmarried can spend in becoming whole and holy instruments of God. I'm trying to be helpful and make it as easy as possible for you, not make things harder. He says, all I want is for you to be able to develop a way of life in which you can spend plenty of time together with the master without a lot of distraction. When you are single, you have time. You can travel the world. I always advise single people, this is the season to learn new things. Travel. Enjoy yourself. But now if I want to travel, I have to ask my husband. Because he has to fit into his own plan and his own timing as well. But before, all I needed was to grab my passport, carry my bag, make sure I have money, and move. But too many people are trying to get out of the single season that was created for a reason. It was created to give you time to know yourself and to know the master. So this is not a time for you to complain. This is not a time for you to pray, God, when? This is a time for you to really enjoy this season. Second thing I need to establish is that being single is not a sin. It's not a sin. In fact, like I said, it's highly recommended. Apostle Paul said it again. He says, sometimes I wish everyone was single like me. He said it's a simpler life in many ways. But he also established that celibacy is not for everyone any more than marriage is. And he said God gives the gift of the single life. That's why I said single life is a gift. He says he gives the gift of a single life to some and the gift of the married life to others. That's 1 Corinthians 7:7. Still the Message translation. It's not a sin if you want to get married. That's why I don't understand how people allow social media to influence them so much. People who are happily married in their homes, pretending that they are not happily married, and shouting on social media and telling you marriage is a scam, men are scum, saying all kinds of things. And they're discouraging you from a life that you should have. If you want to get married, it's fine. If you want to stay single for yourself, it's fine. Absolutely. But it must be a decision that you make, and you must be fully persuaded by it.